Okay, got a little noise today, but I'm going to be pulling this and the hood off of my Yamaha because I'm going to get it ready for painting. So you've got, first of all, you've got this rubber cover. You've got 4 stainless steel Phillips heads that you have to get from underneath. Then you've got this. Now remember, Yamaha's real good about putting these removable tie wraps. They did it again right here. So you just pull this out and get it pulled back through. So always check your tie wrap on the Yamaha before you just cut it, because they put a lot of removables. See, they've got this cam. You just thumb that and they'll pull right out. So pull that padding, and then it looks like some 12mm bolts or something. 4 to hold the steering wheel on. Then 2 that hold, this is what the rubber boot holds on to, this right here. Then you're gonna have 4 more Phillips, and that'll pull straight out. And I know you've got 2 10s, 1 here on this side, 1 over on the other side. And then we'll figure out what else is holding this on. Because I want to get this thing painted. This thing's gonna look got these off. There's 2 of these little halvesy pieces, and they go, you know, before like this in front of, you know, not like this, but you got to go inside of the lines when you put them back on. And this is for my own reference. Okay, so the answer to my handlebar dilemma of getting it out and through this hole is just take these off. Look, there's a couple of Phillips here. Take those loose, and then over here I think we're going to find the same thing. Yeah, 2 Phillips on this and a couple of them on that. And that should have those where I can get them off, get this off, and ultimately get this off. There's also going to be 2 10mm bolts behind your reverse handle that are not easily seen, but there's one right there. Okay, in the interest of not messing with things I don't want to mess up, these are all your trim. I didn't take any of that loose. I just stood this up vertically, loosened up that tie wrap so that I got a little bit more pull on these cables. And I'm just going to slip this right over the top and off. And there it is, it's off. So you're kind of left with a mess, but you know, I'll do the same thing with this piece when it gets ready to come off. There's a nut behind this that is turning as I turn it, because I noticed I wasn't getting anywhere. So I'm going to have to come in from behind. I'll probably just use my needle nose vice grips, throw it on that nut, reach in. Okay, a couple of notes on what I'm doing here. I got one of my handle. This one's easy to get to, the top one. The bottom one, you're going to have a 10mm wrench, unless you've got an extremely low clearance socket. You can see the bolt in there. There's not enough clearance. And when you're taking these off, there is a washer. So be sure you catch the washer, or it's just going to drop down in your hull. And it'll probably go right there between the tank, and you'll never find it again. Okay, we're getting close, and you do have to pull off your fuel on-off knob and your choke cable, because they go through that cover as well. Of course, I have to be careful putting them back on, not to scratch my fresh, nice paint. And there is a screw in the head of your choke knob, tiny Phillips, as you can see right there, and it does have to have thread locker on it, so it doesn't come off. So basically, choke cable's coming loose. I've got to remove this nut and this Phillips screw. I did want to mention that the bolt, the 10mm that's on this side, I don't think I can video it, but it's behind that whole mechanism right there for the reverse. So ideally, if you have a 10mm ratcheting wrench, gear wrenches, that would be ideal for changing that. I can't seem to get a socket in on it. I'll try it with a universal, but it's just in a bad position. Once again, for the sake of not losing hardware, I just kind of Tighten that back on. It's loose. I can throw it down in the hole now. They are plastic nuts. So mine split. I'm trying to turn it off, this big one, but I put it on the fuel selector switch, and I had it in the off position when I took it off. It has a double flat, and I could put it in 180 out if I wasn't careful. Well, here's what it looks like inside and underneath, guys. I did have to do it just did fit having the wires loose to get the handlebars standing straight up inside that, to slide that right off, and then of course you work it around the reverse lever. It's nice and nasty under here. Look at the dirt daubers have been having fun in all the air vents and wasp nests. I suppose that's why they put gratings on all of it. I don't know. But your display is, I don't think you have to take that off to change your display. If you're ever changing the MFI display, I think that's what the multi-function. It's just a couple of little small, those look like 8mm, maybe 7s. They're small. You'll need a deep well, and then looks like a couple of Phillips holding the wiring harness in, and that display got a little wear and age on it, but it works. Well, I'll clean this up, and I'll tighten this vent back up and make sure everything's clear. And I'm going to lube all this tilt mechanism back up, because I'm sure it's never been lubed since 2000. But I do like that feature on a Yamaha. That tilt steering is nice. So that's it. Covers are off, clean. Hopefully next time you see this, it's going to look different. It'll be a different color. I don't know if I'll go back with this same burgundy scheme. I haven't decided what kind of graphics I want to put on this, but I'm going to try my hand at repairing gel coat to get this fixed. And I want to sell a good quality product, a good looking jet ski. And I get nitpicky about some of the details. Some of them you just have to let them go. Anyway, Shade Tree Jet Ski, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Good or bad. Dislike if you don't like the video. That's fine too. But I'm trying. I'm learning. Hopefully you are too. Thanks for watching. Bye.